welcome in. Let's get it, baby. Let's go, chat. Oh, let's get it, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to go to battle here this evening for some wild racing action from the beautiful, absolutely beautiful Daytona International Speedways, the HCK Beagles Truck Series presented by Muhlenberger Custom Homes. Let's go, baby! Oh! Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow or subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube. Let's get it, baby! I used to be the lost boy, insane. I used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it. Baby! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be a wild show. Woo. Oh, this is going to be a ton of fun. Absolutely insane field. So many great talented drivers ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here this evening for a wild night of racing action. The first race of the Truck Series here for the HCK Beagles, and these drivers are primed and ready to rock and roll. They're ready to go to battle here this evening. Let's go, baby. This is what it's all about right here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome into the show as we get ready. Set them loose. We get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments. The green flag about to come out here in just a little bit. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow or subscribe button as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. We're going to get ready to go to battle here in just a couple more moments as qualifying slowly but surely coming to a close here in this one. Let's go, baby. Let's go, chat. This is going to be a ton of fun. This is going to be an amazing evening of racing action. Let's get it, baby. Oh, my boy Tony, Mr. Whippersnapper. What's good, Tony? What's good, my boy? Oh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be a wild show. Jake Stefanski coming in with that like on the stream. My boy Andrew Hainsley coming in with the like and the share. What's good, Andrew? Andrew coming in, showing the love. Tony Whipperman coming in, dropping that thumbs up on the stream as well. What's good, Tony? How are you, brother? Tony coming in, showing the love as well as we're going to get ready to rock and roll. We're going to get ready to set these drivers loose here for a wild evening of racing action as these trucks loaded into the sim, ready to rock and roll. You see Joshua Moore out there on the racetrack trying to get his qualifying lap in here. We're looking at a solid, I don't even know, we're looking at 30, 40 trucks here ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here on the evening. So we got a big field, a lot of trucks ready to rock and roll. Can't wait for an exciting season. Yeah, Andrew, it's going to be a wild season, man. We're going to see so many good battles. That'll be on the super speedways or on the short tracks or on those intermediate tracks, man. We're going to see so many great talented drivers duke it out neck and neck week after week in this series. Is going to be absolutely amazing. We're pumped to be back in action, ready to rock and roll here for the HCK Beagles. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors. Huge shout out there to Muhlenberger Homes jumping on board here with us for this season, being the named sponsor here for this season. And then obviously huge shout out as well to all of our other sponsors, Chiefland RC Raceway, Ridge Power Sports. Who else we got? Admin Box. We got there's another one. It's slipping my mind. Mr. Austin Hester in the chat as well says, good luck, man. Cheering him on. It's the HCK Beagles Muhlenberger Homes Truck Series about to get underway here. There's one more sponsor I want to shout out. It's slipping my mind here. We got Admin Box. We got Muhlenberger Custom Homes. We got Ridge Power Sports. It's Team America. That's the one I was forgetting. Team America coming on board. giving these guys some love here in the series. Once again, coming on board as one of the sponsors here for the series. Huge shout out to all the sponsors. If you guys haven't, make sure you check them out. Go to the appropriate channels to follow them. Give them a like, follow their channel, and shop, Chief Wind RC Raceway, shop Ridge Power Sports. Check out Team America and everything else here in this one. Muhlenberger Custom Homes, admin box. If you need a button box for any type of racing action here on the simulator, definitely check out admin boxes. They're always coming up with some crazy ideas, some crazy cool button boxes and everything else, and making sure that everyone is ready to rock and roll. As you see the 51 ride, Matt Moore, he's going to jump up to the top, or Joshua Moore, he's going to jump up to the top of the speed charts here. So Joshua Moore in the Muhlenberger Custom Home number 51 ride, currently quickest time here in qualifying, looking to start on that pole position as HCK Beagles coming in, dropping that share on the stream. My boy Gregory Turner coming in with that share as well, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose in just a few more moments. Yeah, we're looking at almost 40 drivers loaded into the sim, ready to rock and roll here. So far, 28 trucks have taken lap times here in qualifying. Qualifying is slowly but surely coming to a close, so they're going to either have no qualifying effort out there for them, or they're going to have to hurry up and get out onto the racetrack. We're looking for Kyle Harbin, Dustin Rowland, John, Salino. Hopefully I'm saying that right. John Salino, Keith Prince, Austin Craig, David Trailer. Hopefully I'm saying that one right as well. Austin Hester, Mark Beverly, Evan Schilling, Jesse Calloway, Tyler Beverly, Carl Stanton, all needed to jump out there for their qualifying efforts, but unfortunately looks like they're going to run out of time, and they're going to have to start at the rear of the field as my boy Rich Murtaugh, Mr. Murtaugh coming in, showing the big love here with the like and the share on the stream. How are you, Rich? Rich coming in, showing the love here, dropping that like and the share as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that share button as we're going to get ready to set them loose. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing here from the beautiful Daytona International Speedway for the first race of the season for the HCK Beagles Truck Series powered by Muhlenberger Custom Homes, as we're going to get ready for 60 laps of racing action here around Daytona International Speedway. No better place to kick off a series than here at Daytona, the home of, speed here in this one, man. Sunshine State, beautiful racetrack. This is where every NASCAR series gets underway to start their series, and obviously this league has to start right here in the motherland of NASCAR as well, here at Daytona. Almost on the beach. It'd be cool if we could get on the beach here, but on the racetrack it's just as good. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go. Carol Hainsley says, I'm ready for some good racing tonight. Good luck, number 24. Andrew, cheering on Andrew Hainsley out there on the racetrack. Carol, we hope you enjoy the racing action. We hope you enjoy watching the 24 ride try to work himself through the field, as we're going to get ready here for our starting lineup. Is starting on the pole in the 51 ride. It's the Muhlenberger Custom Homes machine. That is Joshua Moore. To his outside in the 16 ride, that is the Celsius number 16 of Nick Gardner. Starting in position number 3 in the 22 ride, that's Haas Beverly the first. And to his outside in the 88 ride is another one of those Muhlenberger Custom Homes machines. That is Zachary Stanton. Start in position number 5 in the 42 ride. It's another one of the Muhlenberger machines. That is Kevin Winker in the 42 ride, starting in position number 5. And to his outside, it is the 15 ride. Now Cody Staten is staying there in that 15 position. So looking like, what was that, 4 Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides inside the top 6 to start this race. Absolutely insane. A great qualifying effort. A great way to start their series. We'll have to see if they can try to finish it off here as a team up towards the front of the field. Nathan Nixon in the 38 ride, going to start in position number 7. To his outside, the 5 ride is the Jack Daniels machine. That is Steven Naylor. And then starting in position number 9 is the 39 of Josh Freed. To his outside in the Ridge Power Sports number 87 is Jonathan Herbert. And then you see the 14 of Nathaniel Ostrowski. Oh, I'm going to murder that name for certain. Nathaniel Ostrowski there in position number 11 to his outside in the 57 ride. That is Nathan McLaughlin. And you see Mike Bearden there in that 3 machine. To his outside is Brett Sommers. And you see Jake Bunjo there in the 86. Michael Madden there in the 29 ride, starting in 15th. Eric Stoy looking to have himself a good run as he's got the 496 of Ryan Peterson in the Ridge Power Sports ride down to his inside. The 2 ride of Daniel Doe, and to his outside, it's Joey Richards bringing up our top 20. Dennis Steele, Zach Gould, Austin Johnson, Cale Turberville, Eric Rowdy Puckett, Devin Rowland, Brandon Doming there, as well as we're going to end all the anticipation here with our feature presentation as we're going to quickly jump to the green flag here as our opener is underway here from the beautiful Daytona International Speedway. Our first truck race of the season underway here for the HCK Beagles Truck Series powered by Muhlenberger Homes. Out in front, it's Joshua Moore leading the way. He's got Haas Beverly down on his back bumper. It's Haas trying to push him out in front to clear that 16 ride of Nick Gardner. Gardner, though, trying to stay right there on the outside of that 51 ride. It's the battle at the front of the field. Still doubled up here all around the racetrack. We'll have to wait and see if a third line can be formed. If any of these trucks towards the front of the field decide to fall back towards the rear of the field, maybe trying to stay out of the big one, as that is always going to be the big question, is when that big one is going to happen. David Taylor back there in the 54 ride. Devin Rowland back there as well. Is Joshua Moore blinking there a little bit. Andrew Hainsley also off the racetrack. See Mark Beverly out there on the racetrack now. Kyle Harbin out there as well. Austin Craig out on the racetrack in the 26 ride. Jesse Calloway in that 34 ride out there as well. The 33 of John Salino out there as well. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Austin Hester, Dustin Rowland, Tyler Beverly bringing up the 37th position. Carl Staten out there in the Premier Racing Setups, the number 30 ride in position number 38. Unfortunately, Keith Prince and Evan Schilling not out there on the racetrack, but out in front. Got some movement here as these drivers continue to battle it out. Nick Gardner trying to jump up and take this lead away as he's going to leave the last time by as the outside lane starting to move forward here ever so slightly, but everyone's still right in line. No one jumping out of line yet. Everyone's sticking right there together. Nose to tail here, not a lot of movement. Everyone being pretty calm here. It's the calm before the storm, as things are going to get crazy here in the HCK Beagles' first truck race of the season from Daytona International Speedway. All it takes is one wrong push, one wrong move, trying to jump up and fill a hole down to the high side or bottom side or anywhere else out there on the racetrack. And unfortunately, we've seen a lot of big wrecks here at this big, giant 2.5-mile racetrack. Is down across the line. Nick Gardner going to lead another lap there as he was able to just edge out in front there over that 51 ride of Joshua Moore as Moore continue to work that bottom side. You see a lot of these Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides up there in the top 6 still. As right now in that first, 4th, 5th, and 6th position, right where they all started, as everything's been pretty standpoint here throughout this field for the most part of the first bit of this race. Brett Sommers moving up a few positions in the 14 ride, or actually in the 7 ride. Sommers there. This Daniel Ostrowski there in position number 12. The 14 ride of Brett Sommers moving up through the field. The 5 ride there, the 4 ride of Eric Stoy, slowly but surely moving himself through the field there in the Budweiser ride as he's up into the 13th spot of 5 positions. Joey Richards up 5 spots as well. Derek Rowdy Puckett trying to work himself up towards the front of the field here. He's moved up 8 spots on the racetrack now as he works to the outside of that 2 ride of Cale Turbeville. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Michael Madden right there as well in the 29 ride, the 64, trying to hold on there as a lot of good drivers continue to battle it out. The 2 ride of Daniel Doe right there, as well as Doe still working that bottom side underneath the 8 ride of Derek Rowdy Puckett. Dennis Steele back there in the 28. Ryan Peterson in the 469 ride back there in the 22nd position. Devin Roland back there in 23rd with Austin Johnson right there with him in that number 12 ride. Tyler Beverly back there in 25th. You see Austin Hester back there as well. Nathaniel McLaughlin back there. Zach Gould back there as well in that number 49 ride. And then you see Austin Craig in the 26. Brandon DeMwing there in position number 28 in the 77 ride. The Ghost Energy Machine back there in the 28th position. As Dustin Rowland right there with him. Kyle Harbour right there as well. A lot of good drivers continuing to duke it out here around the field. Is out in front. It's still a battle neck and neck here between Joshua Moore and that 16 ride of Nick Gardner, as things staying pretty moot here on the racetrack. Things staying side by side out there. Here by now we'd see some drivers wanting to move backwards, maybe trying to save their trucks from the big one, maybe trying to play a little bit of strategy. No strategy here out of our top 10, as they've all just stayed right where they are. They haven't moved an inch here, staying right together, glued bumper to bumper. No big movers, no one trying to work themselves up through the field here. There's actually one driver trying to work themselves inside the top 10. Here comes Brett Sommers, as Sommers trying to work himself up into position number 10 now in that 7 ride. Up 4 positions, he's trying to work himself up to the front of the field. Joshua Moore continuing to lead the way here after a good push down the bottom side. You finally see a truck jump out of line. The 22 ride of Beverly. Haas Beverly going to jump up to that high side lane here, trying to take that lead away from the 51. Joshua Moore able to lead him back down across the start-finish line. Here is now he's got the 42 ride. His teammate of Kevin Winker onto his back bumper is the 22 ride. Going to jump up in front of Nick Gardner. That's going to move Gardner back to that second truck in line on the high side. And it's going to spread out those Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides a little bit more there, as you see the Stanton brothers kind of broken up here from the 42 ride, as now you see the 42 Kevin Winker up to the high side. Winker now jumping up to the high lane. Here's a pair of Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Joshua Moore down the bottom side. Kevin Winker up on the high side. Here comes some lap traffic coming into play here just in front of them. They may hit this lap traffic just into corner number 1, where it could get very, very treacherous. Oh, looks like they might catch him a little bit earlier here, but it's going to get interesting through the middle portion of the pack, as they're going to have to go 3 wide and leave that 0-3 truck up there on the high side of the racetrack. Unfortunately, the 0-3, that is... It's not going to show me who the 0-3, that's Keith Prince. Unfortunately for Keith Prince in the 0-3 truck, he is going to go a lap down there in that 0-3 ride, so a tough break there for Prince. And what a field, let's go, says Gregory Turner. Yeah, what a field, man. These trucks are doing a great job. These drivers all pretty content right now, but things are going to get interesting here. Farther and farther this race goes along, the closer and closer we get to that checkered flag. These drivers are going to start getting a little bit desperate. They're going to need to try to make some moves to try to work themselves up to the front of the field. You can try to play, follow the leader, follow the truck in front of you here for quite a while, but eventually you got to be able to start slicing and dicing and working yourself up through the pack here if you want an opportunity to pick up the checkered flag. And that's when things get really, really risky. That's when things start to fall apart for drivers. Accidents are created. Drivers falling out of line, being pushed all the way back to the rear of the field here. You jump out of this line right now and you get hung out to dry, you're falling to the back of the pack in a quick hurry here if you don't have that draft with the rest of these trucks. And it's a tough place to be if you don't have that draft. If you don't have a drafting partner, you just fall like a rock, and it's a tough place to be. So out in front, down across the start-finish line, the 42 ride of Kevin Winker going to lead another lap here over his teammate Joshua Moore, as 2 of the Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides out in front continue to show the way. Haas Beverly there in the second spot on the outside in the 38 truck of Nathan Nixon there in the second truck on the bottom side here, trying to push these Muhlenberger rides out in front here. Then you see the 16 of Nick Gardner, Josh Freed right there in the 39 ride as well. Zachary Staten back there in the 88 truck, has the 15 of Cody Staten, his brother, right there behind him. They got the 14 ride down to there inside. That's Nathaniel Ostrowiski Hopefully I can start to say that right. Osterisky, they're in position number 8, right there in between them on the bottom side of the racetrack. And then a good battle door to door here. Mike Bearden and Stephen Naylor battling here for a top 10 in this one. Bearden looking to move up here into that 9th position now as he's working underneath the 15 of Cody Staten. As Staten sliding back here a little bit more in that 15 truck. Needs some pushing help from that 5 ride of Stephen Naylor and the 7 of Brett Sommers. Look through the field, Derek Rowdy Puckett still working himself up through the pack back there in the 8 truck. Just rolling up here on the high side is the True Timber Bass Pro Shops number 8 machine back there in the 18th position. Has that 469 of Ryan Peterson in the Ridge Power Sports number 469 ride down to his inside. Austin Hester right there as well in the number 12 truck, as that's going to round out our top 20 right there as everyone trying to work themselves up through the field and towards the front of the pack. Is out in front Kevin Winker still leading the way here. Winker showed him how to get it done. Is now the 22 truck of Haas Beverly going to jump down to the inside lane here. He's going to clear Joshua Moore, so Moore back to the 2nd truck in line down the bottom side as Haas going to look to try to jump up and take this lead away from the 42 of Winker as they get a little broken up there. The 16 truck was thinking about trying to jump to the other side of that 42 ride to leave him high and dry, but he didn't have any help back there behind him as a pair of the Muehlberger trucks right there would have hopped right behind the 42 truck. It might have left that 16 hung out to dry as we may start to see a 3rd line start to build here in just a little bit. See one truck back there a little bit deeper. I'm not sure who that is. I do believe it's the 48 truck, the Monster Energy ride of Joy Richards. Trying to take some peeks out to the extreme high side here, seeing if anyone may go with them to start this 3rd line. Trying to get another line formed up towards the front of the field. With some contact right in front of him. Stephen Naylor. There goes Eric Stoy. Eric Stoy's going to go around here. And I do believe the caution flag is going to come out. A few more trucks getting in there. As unfortunately here, Eric Stoy going to go around and bring the caution flag out. The first time this evening. Actually, no caution flag as of yet. No caution flag here yet in this one, unfortunately for Stoy. You see some action there in front of him, and as the 2 truck and the 7 truck, the 5 all kind of come together here, he's going to get checked up. The 48 truck going to get into his back bumper. He's going to lose it there, and then just nowhere to go here for a lot of these trucks. Just trying to avoid him here, and unfortunately, Lincoln there a little bit. Now far and deep in this pack, back in the 30th position, and a heartbreaker right there for that 4 truck of Eric Stoy. As we'll take another look here at the front of the field as Haas Beverly continuing to lead the way. The 38 truck of Nathan Nixon up into that 2nd spot here as he's jumped in front of the Muehlberger Custom Homes number 42 truck. So move Kevin Winker back to position number 4. Some Muehlberger trucks now not leading this field as the 22 ride of Haas Beverly, the first out in front here. Leading the way as some trucks headed down pit side here, getting some work done to their rides. I believe that was Andrew Ainsley in the 24 ride, headed down pit side to get some work done to his ride. Unfortunate break there for Andrew. A tough break here for a lot of these trucks as Nathan Nixon trying to jump up and take this lead away from Haas Beverly. Kevin Winker and Josh Moore right there in that 2nd and 3rd position. Josh Freed having a good run there in position number 5. 6 is Nick Gardner, and our first caution flag is going to fly. Our first caution flag coming out here in this one. I do believe that is on lap number 16. Our first caution flag on lap number 16 here. So a tough break for a few of these drivers as we'll take a quick look and see what happens here to bring out the caution flag here for the first time this evening. It's like Joy Richards might have had an issue a little bit farther back in the field here in that 48 ride. The Monster Energy truck just washes up the racetrack here, unfortunately, over the 8 trucks. Nose, and nowhere to go there for Derek Rowdy Puckett as Joy Richards comes to a sliding stop down the bottom side of the racetrack, and that is going to bring out our first caution flag here of the evening, and a tough break there for Joy Richards as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here as the field meets up with the rear bumper of our official iRacing pace car. We'll get ready for some green flag, or for some caution flag pit stops possibly here. Some strategy going to come into effect here. We're just over a quarter of the way into this feature event and 3/4 of the way left to go here in this race as Holler Boys Racing coming in, dropping that thumbs up on this stream. My boy Gregory Turner with the like in the share. Papa Mike coming in, dropping that like on the stream as well. What's good, Papa Mike? Black Phoenix, my boy Black Phoenix coming in, dropping the thumbs up as well. Rob Stefanski and Mr. Glenn, Mr. Matthew Glenn coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream as well. How are you, Matthew? Justin coming in says, Winker Nation, let's go. Number 42 cheering on Kevin Winker over there on YouTube. Janelle Hernio, hopefully I'm saying that right, cheering on the 469 of Ryan Peterson and the 87 of Jonathan Herbert there, the Ridge Power Sports boys, and Joel Moore cheering on Joshua Moore out there on the racetrack as well over on the beautiful YouTube gaming. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys jump over, show us some love, not only on YouTube, but also over on Twitch and Facebook, as we're live streaming on all 3 channels. Make sure you check us out on all of them. Make sure you show the love on each and every one of these broadcasts to give more eyes on all of these drivers, as they deserve it here week in and week out, as we'll get ready to get them out onto the racetrack here, get ready to go back to green flag racing. As out in front here, it's the 7 rider, Brett Sommers, with some pit strategy. The 7 truck coming out of pit lane in position number 1. The 38 of Nathan Nixon there in second. Kevin Winker, Joshua Moore, and Nick Gardner rounding out our top 5 here, coming out of pit lane, as we'll get ready to sack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. I'm going to get a quick drink into us, and we're going to get right into the racing action here in just a few more moments. and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got them stacked up, racked up, and back to green flag racing here at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway. Lap number 20 of 60 up onto the board here as we are 1/4 of the way through, 2/4 thirds left of the way to go here is 1/3 off the board here. These drivers ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle. We're going to start to see the urgency be picked up here between all of these trucks. They're going to be starting to work themselves towards the front of the field, and this is where things can happen in a quick hurry. Drivers are going to be slicing and dicing, trying to get themselves to the front of the pack here, as Daytona International Speedway, you always got to have it in the back of your mind. When does the big one happen, and does it happen? As we'll see these drivers continue to work themselves, bounce around the racetrack, and try to find a way up towards the front of the field here. Unfortunately, a tough pit stop for the 22 ride of Haas Beverly. Finds himself on the outside of a top 10 now. He was our race leader coming into the pit stops there, as Kevin Winker back out in front here in the 42 truck, getting a good push from the 29 ride of Michael Madden, but down on the bottom side, here comes Nick Gardner. Gardner out in front now, as he goes neck and neck with Winker down the back straightaway. The 38 ride right there on his back bumper. Nathan Nixon's looked strong all evening long, and here comes Jake Bunjo, as Bunjo's found himself away up into position number 5 on the racetrack. And look at this ride. Jake Bunjo sporting the Philadelphia Flyers. This is what we like to see right here, Jake. This is what we like to see. The Philadelphia Flyers on that truck. Gritty cheering them on, riding on board here with them. It's too bad we couldn't get Gritty out there on the racetrack or up here in the broadcast booth to give us a show, as Gritty would be pumped up seeing his 86 ride out there on the racetrack, doing very good just on the inside of a top 5, as this Gritty ride is looking very fresh. See the Gritty eyes in the back of it. That would be very treacherous to watch all race long if you're behind this 86 ride. Staring down the eyes of Gritty here for so many laps would be absolutely wild. As we'll get him stacked up here. You see the 42 ride of Kevin Winker going to slide back here a little bit, as the 16 ride of Nick Gardner is going to fall down in line here, as the 29 of Michael Madden going to jump up and try to take this lead away. Madden going to lead here a little bit, but I don't know if he's going to get the lap led, as Nick Gardner with a big power move there on the outside is going to stay out in front here, as Kevin Winker going to pick him up and trying to push him still out in front. The 86, though, of Jake Bunjo up 11 spots on the racetrack. Michael Madden up 13 positions there in second. He's looking to try to jump up and take this lead away. Some big movers here up through the field now. Here comes Joshua Moore as well, trying to work himself back inside the top 5 in that 51 ride. Mike Bearden right there as well in the green truck. Then you see Cody Stanton and Zachary Staten out there on the racetrack. Nathaniel Ostrowiecki there in position number 10. Haas Beverly in position number 11. Josh Freed there in 12th. Austin Hester in that 13th position in the 1 truck. Jesse Calloway, Stephen Naylor rounding out our top 15. Jonathan Herbert, David Trailer, Devin Rowland, Daniel Doe, Ryan Peterson rounding out our top 20. Zach Gould back there in the 21st position. Working to his inside is Ryan Peterson there to his outside. Mark Beverly there in position number 22. Austin Johnson, Dennis Steele, Derek Rowdy Bucket back there deeper in the field as well. Cale Struberville back there in position number 25. Then you see Tyler Beverly, Nathan McLaughlin, John Celino, Dustin Rowland, Joy Richards back there as well, and Dustin Rowland. They're bringing up the rear of the field here. Carl Stanton back there as well. The 77 truck of Brandon Domingue back there. Out in front, still leading the way here. It's that 29 ride of Michael Madden. Is Madden continuing to show these drivers how to get it done here in this one. And slowly but surely, we're rolling up into halfway in. Halfway to go is Carol Ainsley coming in, showing the love, dropping that like on the stream. Fortunately, I haven't really seen too much of Andrew Ainsley, but there he is back there in the 37th position right now, unfortunately, here for Andrew. He's quite a ways back here, trying to work himself up through the field. The 26 ride right there with him as well. Eric Stoy back there. Keith Prince, unfortunately, off the racetrack. Brett Sommers also having some issues here in the 7 truck. He's lost the draft, and he is deep, deep, deep in this field. So a tough break here for the 7 ride as Sommers. He was having a good run in that 7 truck early on in this race, but now finds himself back there without any drafting help, and he is falling like a rock here with a couple other drivers just in front of our leaders here as well. That could make things a little bit more interesting. Things starting to tighten up more and more towards the front of the field as that halfway point slowly but surely creeping up on us here. We're almost halfway in, halfway to go here in this A main feature event. Out in front, the 29 truck of Michael Madden continuing to lead the way. Nick Gardner right there to his outside as they're going to go 3 wide here at the front of the field. 3 wide as Eric Stoy, unfortunately, no helping hand out there on the racetrack. He doesn't have any drafting partners. He's going to go a lap down, and that really made these drivers have to stand on their tippy toes here as they got to go 3 wide through the field here to avoid any contact with that 4 truck. Is Stoy going to try to stay right there? He's going to try to slide in front of the 88 of Zachary Staten, as Staten going to let him in there. So he's going to be able to rejoin the field here with the draft. The 4 truck usually oh so fast in these super speedway rides. Had a lot of speed earlier, but found himself outside of the draft there, sliding backwards, now down a lap, but in that lucky dog position. If he can not be in a caution flag and get a caution flag, he could work himself back onto the lead lap here with that lucky dog. But right now, things looking pretty racy at the front of the field, but not a lot of contact, not a lot of moving around. Everyone kind of sitting pretty right now, knowing that they still got a long ways away to go here to get to this checkered flag. Anthony Garf coming in with that like and the share on the stream. What's good, Anthony? Anthony coming in, showing the love here in this one is Michael Madden in the 16 truck. And Nick Gardner still 1 and 2 out there on the racetrack. Kevin Wenker there in 4 with the 38 truck of Nathan Nixon in position number 3. 51 of Joshua Moore right there behind him. The 86 of Jake Bunjo there in position number 6. Cody Staten and Mike Bearden there in 7th and 8th. And then Nathaniel Ostrowski. My God, that name is going to haunt me here all evening long. Ostrowski there in the 14 truck in position number 9. Now Austin Hester in that number 1 truck trying to jump up inside the top 10 here as he looks to work himself around that Team America push here. Muehlberger number 88 truck of Zachary Staten trying to work himself into the top 10. Haas Beverly still trying to rebound from a bad pit stop there in our first caution break as he ended up outside the top 10 and still sitting back there in the 12th position in the 22 ride after leading some laps early on in this one. Stephen Naylor in the Jack Daniels ride is there. They go around Brett Sommers. Sommers unfortunately falling down the lap here as well in the 7 ride as the field trying to work themselves around him. He's hoping to maybe try to find a hole like the 4 truck of Eric Stoy and maybe battle with that 4 ride for the free pass, but unfortunately Stoy is going to stay in that free pass position. He's going to slide quite a ways back there. A tough break for that number 5 rider. Stephen Naylor, the 7 rider, Brett Sommers. Sommers still sliding back here throughout the field. Tough break for him to see a little bit of trucks getting squirrely back there. Things starting to pick up as we're about to hit halfway in and halfway to go here in this one. This time by is going to be officially 30 laps in, 30 laps left to go here as they head down this front straightaway here. Halfway in, halfway to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for your HCK Beagles Truck Series. Only 1 caution flag so far. These guys have been doing an amazing job here as the HCK Beagles Truck Series powered by Muehlberger Custom Homes off here in their season opener, looking very, very good, very strong all evening long as we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming for the first time this season. ride as our second caution flag gonna fly here in this one. Possibly the big one here on the evening. A lot of trucks tore up, unfortunately, getting collected here with 25 laps left to go, as that's going to bring our PeaceMaker Gaming crank it up to a close here. Huge congratulations. All these drivers doing a great job there during the crank it up, as we'll take a look back and see what brings out caution flag number 2 here on the evening, as things start to get a little bit spicy up towards the front of the field. Trucks started to bounce around, everyone trying to figure out where they need to go out there on the racetrack, and unfortunately a few of them getting collected here in this one. Jake Bunjo possibly one of them, but you look at the 16 ride, who was up at the front of the field here. Unfortunately for Nick Gardner, he got really loose into quarter number 3 here, and that's what really started all of this. Looks like the 86 of Jake Bunjo going to try to jump down to the middle here. Unfortunately, he's going to just get into that left rear quarter panel. The 16 washes him down the racetrack into the side of the 29. Everyone bouncing around the 38 truck down below the double yellow line as well. The 16 trying to not get ran over, washes up the racetrack towards the high side. Here comes Jake Bunjo into the picture here. And unfortunately for Bunjo, everyone going to get tied up here just ever so slightly. Trucks just not at speed here. We're going to see a few of them come together. The 38 truck right there trying to hang on to it. We see one truck down through the field already, and then we see a few more. See the 34 already turned around here. We'll play it back and see what happens here. The 34, as things were starting to get spicy there at the front, things were moving around. Trucks were trying to drive out of the way, and unfortunately it looks like the 18 going to get shoved down the racetrack into the 34 truck, going to spin him around. Looks like the 8 ride of Derek Rowdy Puckett with some damage there in it. The 33 ride trying to get himself through there. There's the 57 truck as well, collected in that, as a lot of tore up race trucks here in this one. We'll see if we can jump right on board here with the 18 ride. Who is the 18? Let me double check here. Trying to figure out who the 18 ride is here. That is Devin Rowland in the 18 ride this season. 18 ride is Devin Rowland this season. Okay, so looks like Devin Rowland just unfortunately trying to work himself through there and get a bumper behind, jump down the racetrack, and it's on like Donkey Kong here for a few of these drivers getting turned around, nowhere to go. Everyone trying to bounce through there and avoid contact, and 6, 7, 8 trucks all collected there in that one. Some pretty good damage for some of them, not some awful damage like we've seen here in the past. Everyone was able to keep it on all 4 tires, but that means we're going to have to stack this field up and get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Is out in front, Kevin Winker leading the way here in the Muhleberger Custom Homes number 42 ride. See a couple trucks trying to get the wave around there. The 13 ride and the 7 machine of Brett Sommers right there looking for the wave around, trying to get back onto the lead lap. I do believe that's Mark Beverly and Brett Sommers both trying to get the wave around here in this one, as Kevin Winker out in front. Nathan Nixon there in second. Joshua Moore in third. Michael Madden in position number 4. Cody Staten there in 5th. Nick Garner back to 6th. Jake Bunjo, Mark Bearden, David Trailer up 20 positions up into position number 9 here. So some big moves for the 54 truck as he's up inside the top 10. Nathaniel Ostrisky there in position number 10 as Daniel Doe, Austin Hester up 23 spots into 12th. Haas Beverly the first there in 13th. Jonathan Herbert in 14th. Ryan Peterson, Derek Rowdy Puckett, Tyler Beverly. 5 of Stephen Naylor, Brennan Duming, and Austin Johnson bringing up our top 20 here in this one. Dennis Steele back there at 21st. Zach Gould, John Scallion there in position number 23. Jesse Calloway, Devin Rowland, Joy Richards, Nathaniel McLaughlin, Josh Freed, Eric Stoy, Kyle Harbin, Carl Stanton, Austin Craig, Cale Tuberville? Tuberville. Oh gosh, Cal, I'm probably murdering your last name, brother. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Oh gosh. Andrew Ainsley back there in the 34th position in the 24 ride with Keith Prince out there on the racetrack in the 03. Dustin Rowland back there in 36th position. Zachary Staten looking to be off the racetrack here for Zachary Staten. I'm not sure what's happened here for the 88 truck, Zachary Staten, but he's off the track, down 35 positions, so a heartbreaker there for that 88 ride as he was having a good run up inside the top 10 as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. Kevin Winker choosing the outside lane here on the restart. The 38 ride down to the inside. That's Nathan Nixon in position number 2. The 51 of Joshua Moore there in third, and to his outside, the 29 ride of Michael Madden rounding out our top 4 with the 15 of Cody Staten rounding out our top 5. They hit that Geico restart zone. We're going to go back to green flag racing. It's the green flag back out into the air here in this one. The green flag coming back out as 22 laps left to go here at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway, and what a start here for that number 42 of Kevin Winker as he's going to try to get that high line moving, trying to run away with this one. The 38 truck going to jump up to the high side lane here as the pair of the Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides working the inside lane, try to get something going, but unfortunately not a lot of push and help up there towards the front of the field. As of right now, we'll have to wait and see if the rest of the field can catch up to these guys and help them along as here they go. They got the 86 ride of Jake Bunjo slowly but surely reeling them in. Here comes the 2 ride up to the back bumper. That's Daniel Doe to the back bumper of the 16 machine of Nick Gardner. As the rest of the field starting to catch up now. Things starting to get a little bit more lined up and ready for mayhem here at Daytona International Speedway. Things are about to get crazy here. Closing laps, almost 20 laps left to go next time by here. And that's when drivers really know they got to get a move on here. Kevin Winker trying to stay out in front here. Joshua Moore, his teammate, down to the inside. Here's the Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides once again have found themselves up at the front of the field, leading one of these races. Currently 1 on the high side, 2 down on the inside here as they continue to lead the way around Daytona International Speedway. Michael Madden, Jake Bunjo, Nathan Nixon, Nick Gardner, David Traylor, Daniel Doe, and Haas Beverly would love to jump up there and knock those Muhlenberger rides out of the top spots here, shove them back deeper in the field, as they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here all season long, as we're going to see a ton of different racetracks, a ton of different crazy events being held here by the HCK Beagles. This is not a super speedway series. This is just the first race of the series. Next week, I do believe we head to a racetrack. We've only seen these guys run on the super speedway so far, so it's going to be fun to watch these guys jump out onto a different racetrack, something a little bit different. Tuberville. Okay. Thank you, Donnie. Donnie got me here. He got me with the message. I'm glad I checked that. This is Tuberville. Cal Tuberville. I'm glad you jumped in there and let me know on that one, or else I would continue to get that wrong. So I'm glad you jumped in here, Donnie, and let me know. That's what I'm always looking for. If I get a name wrong, chat, make sure you guys let me know that I am. Okay, 99% of the time, I know that I'm getting it wrong, but it's always good for me to, double check it, make sure, and if you guys have the correct pronunciation, it's always good to know. As I do believe next week we head to the beautiful Rockingham Raceway next week. So Rockingham, Nashville, on board here for the next couple races. So some crazy races coming up, and a crazy race to get things started here in the regular season for the HCK Beagles Truck Series, brought to you by Muhlenberger Custom Homes. As some great racing action so far in this one. Only a pair of caution flags. These drivers continue to duke it out, continue to battle around the racetrack. Amanda Herbert cheering on Mr. Herbert out there himself, Jonathan Herbert in the 87 ride, and his teammate in the 469 of Ryan Peterson, the Ridge Power Sports rides out there on the racetrack, as coming in cheering them on. Teammates out there on the racetrack. Ryan Peterson currently in that 13th position. Right there behind him is his teammate in the 87. That is Jonathan Herbert in that 15th spot. And slowly but surely working himself back up through the field here is the number 8 ride. It's Derek Rowdy Puckett trying to work himself up through the field here in that 8 machine. up into position number 16 here. So good rebound here for him as you see so many trucks still right there together. Everyone lined up. Going to feel one truck getting bent out of shape a little bit deeper in the pack. There's some contact. 48 truck hard into the outside fence. That was Joy Richards. No caution flag as of yet, but some heavy damage here for the Monster Energy number 48 at Joy Richards. As Richards unfortunately getting caught up in that one, and a lot of damage here for that 48 ride as sliding back through the field here. Gonna have to probably take that car down pit side here at a tough break there. Is out in front, still leading the way. It's Kevin Winker and Joshua Moore, 1 and 2. Inside, outside lanes here as the Muleburger rides continue to show the way. Here comes a big shove here. Kevin Winker's back bumper is the 29 truck. Michael Madden would love to try to break them up from leading these lanes. Trying to jump down to that inside lane here. If he can push the 42 truck far enough out in front where he can jump down in front and get him on and try to split them up a little bit here from leading both lanes out there on the racetrack is exactly what he's going to be looking to do. The 38 truck right there, Nathan Nixon having a good run all evening long up inside the top 10. Nick Gardner as well there in the 16 ride looking to finish it off strong. Here comes Jake Bonjo in that gritty Philadelphia Flyers number 86 ride. A beautiful truck. We like that. We like that. We're Flyers fans here at PeaceMaker Gaming, so we appreciate a good gritty paint scheme out there on the racetrack. David Trailer up there as well in the 54 ride. He's up 21 positions here on the evening. Currently one of our hard chargers throughout the evening as Tyler Beverly up 22 spots back there in the 45 truck in position number 15. Up 19 spots there to his outside is Austin Hester. As Hester right up there as well as one of the hard chargers here on the evening, working themselves up through the field here. Everyone trying to work themselves up towards the front now, but it's Kevin Winker still out in front leading the way as here comes the 13 ride. Fortunately, looking to go another lap down here. I do believe that is Mark Beverly going to go a lap down. He's going to be in the free pass position here for a few more seconds, but he could be passed by Keith Prince or Joy Richards, Carl Staten, Kyle Harbin, knock him out of that free pass opportunity out there on the racetrack. As out in front, Kevin Winker still doing his thing out in front of the field as Winker Nation gotta be cheering him on as he's running a great race so far with his teammates right there to his inside. As Joshua Moore, Cody Staten there in second and third. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack, Michael Madden there in position number 4 and looking for more in the 29 truck. Jake Bunjo, the 38 of Nathan Nixon. David Trailer there in 7th. Nick Gardner to his outside in position number 8. Hoss Beverly the first. Back there in 9th with Daniel Doe rounding out our top 10 as unfortunately there goes the 7 truck of Brett Sommers going a lap down here again as well. So another tough break there for Brett Sommers as he's going down the lap. There in position number 11 is the 3 truck of Mike Bearden. Ryan Peterson there in 12th. Nathaniel Ostrowiski there in position number 13. Jonathan Herbert, Austin Hester, Derek Roundy Puckett rounding out our top 15. Tyler Beverly, Stephen Naylor, Austin Johnson, Jesse Calloway now rounding out our top 20 in this 34 truck. Dennis Steele back there in 21st. Eric Stoy trying to rebound from going a lap down early on in this race. Back there in the 21st position. Josh Freed, who we saw up inside the top 15 here for the first 15-20 laps of this race. Back there in the 24th spot. Cale Turberville back there in position number 26 as John Celino there in the inside of his ride. The 33 truck trying to work himself up through the field, and unfortunately there you see Brett Sommers going a lap down, Mark Beverly a lap down there as well. As that's the battle on the racetrack between the 7 and the 13 ride for that free pass position, looking for the lucky dog if there is a caution flag here. Keith Prince back there in that 03 truck, also a lap down. Zach Gould back there as well in 28th position in that 49 ride. Kyle Harbin back there in 29th. Carl Staten, Austin Craig back there as well. As at the front of the field, it's A lot of good drivers here, but Kevin Winker continuing to lead the way here. Winker out in front, showing them how to get it done here as the Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides continue to lead the way here. I want to give another quick shout out to all of the fans in the stands here watching this evening. Thank y'all for tuning in, supporting all these drivers, and the HCK Beagles Truck Series presented by Muhlenberger Custom Homes. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button. If you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button as we continue to build on every single channel. Make sure you guys check out all of our amazing sponsors: Admin Box, Muhlenberger Custom Homes, Team America, and then all of our other beautiful sponsors there as well: Ridge Power Sports, Admin Box, Chiefland RC Raceway, and so many other great sponsors that came on board here to make this season happen as we hit 10 laps left to go. So 50 laps in, 10 laps left to go, and this is where things are going to get crazy. This is where moves are going to be made. Drivers trying to work themselves through the field. They feel the pressure. 10 laps is probably what they're going to need if they want to try to work themselves from deep in this field up towards the front of it. They got to have a lot of very good breaks go their way. They got to have a lot of open holes be presented here if they're going to try to work themselves from deep in this field up towards the front of the pack here. Ryan Peterson starting to move around a little bit in that 469 ride, trying to work himself up inside the top 10 here. Austin Hester in the one truck right there behind him, up 21 spots. He's already a man on the move here, but slowly but surely trying to work himself into the top 10 as well. Jonathan Herbert right there, Derek Roundy Puckett, Tyler Beverly back there in the 45 ride, up 20 positions as David Traylor trying to hold on here to position number 8 on the racetrack as he's currently up 22 spots here on the evening as well. Some big movers went out in front, door to door. Still Kevin Winker, Joshua Moore, 1 and 2 here, leading both these lanes. Do we see a third lane start to form? We see a third lane out here on the racetrack. Who's going to start it? Who's going to make the move? Who's going to bite the bullet here to try to make a third lane happen? Or who's going to be able to try to find a way around any one of these trucks at the front of the field here? As they got a lot of helping hands right there. 3 of the Muhlenberger Custom Homes rides all right there, ready to work together, ready to try to pick up a checker flag and maybe a 1-2-3 finish, as that's what they're always looking for. Unfortunately, their other teammate, the 88 truck of Zachary Staten, lost connection, couldn't rejoin, so a tough break there for that 88 machinist. Zachary Staten looking to have a good run, as well as we're going to see our third caution flag fly late in the race. Our third caution flag coming out here late in this one, and things are going to get very wild. Let's take a look back and see what happens. I do believe Josh Freed may have had some issues here in the 39 truck, trying to make some moves here. Unfortunately, washes off over the nose here. I believe that's the 45 ride. Nowhere to go as they come together. Some pretty heavy damage on that 39 truck. The caution flag is going to fly with body panels. The front nose cone washing right back out onto the racetrack. And a heartbreaker there for Josh Freed as the caution flag is going to fly here for the third time on the evening. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. This is where big strategy moves are going to come into play. Do you come down pit side? Do you get any fuel? Do they have enough fuel to make it to the end? Do they stay out on the racetrack and maybe risk not having fresh tires? I don't think tires are really going to matter too much, but fuel may come into play here. This is a big 2.5 mile racetrack. You use a lot of gasoline in a quick hurry, so things could get very interesting. And then obviously this final shootout of the evening, gonna probably go back to green flag racing with, I don't know, I'd say about 5 or 4 laps left to go here in this one, so it's gonna be absolutely insane. And iRacing better sponsor this league because this is the premier league on their platform. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. iRacing be sleeping here. iRacing be sleeping. They better jump in here, make something happen, make this that much bigger, that much better, and give you guys the the eyes in the skies that you need. That's for dang certain, brother. As we'll get these fields stacked up, racked up. You see a few drivers trying to fake them out here with some pit stops. I don't think anyone inside the top 10 is going to come down pit side, but then we might see some drivers deeper in the field take that opportunity. But there's still a lot of trucks on the lead lap here as Stephen Naylor looks to be the first truck down pit side here in that 5 ride. So Stephen Naylor headed down pit side. In that 5 machine, we see a few other trucks down there as well. Eric Stoy in the 4 ride, he's down pit side. Cal Turberville there in the 25th position in that 64 ride, he's down pit side as well. Nathan McLaughlin, Zach Gould, Kyle Harbin, Tyler Beverly, Josh Friedel coming down pit side as well, and some others as some drivers taking some good moves here, maybe trying to find some extra gasoline, trying to make it to the end. You see the rest of these trucks down on the bottom side of the racetrack trying to save as much fuel as possible here, as we'll jump right on board with that 42 ride. We'll get some music going and get ready here for our what could be our final restart of the evening.
Where are you going?
I've got to return some videotapes. Got to return some videotapes. Gotta return some videotapes. Gotta return some videotapes. Gotta return some videotapes. What is it? Gotta return some videotapes.
Running through the lights of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my charm. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright, alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as we're going to get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Green flag racing here for what could be our final restart of the evening. 4 more laps left to go when we hit that Geico restart zone and head across the start-finish line as all these trucks ready to rock and roll here for the final laps of our season opener of the HCK Beagles, powered by Muleburger Custom Homes. Is a pair of the Muleburger Custom rides leading the way here. Joshua Moore, Kevin Winker going to see the green flag fly as we are back to green flag racing here at Daytona International Speedway. 4 more laps left to duke it out. Do they see the checkered flag, or do we see another caution flag before then? Things have been pretty calm, but the storm is upon us now as all these drivers looking to try to find their way into glory, trying to find their way into victory lane. There's a big push here to the outside as Kevin Winker out in front, the 29 ride, trying to find enough room to maybe drop down in front of the 51, or does he stick right there as there's already wrecking back there behind him? I believe the 1 ride of Austin Hester collected in that one. I don't see, yes, caution flag has been displayed here, so the caution flag is coming back out. You do see Austin Hester slow on the racetrack here, and the caution flag is going to fly here once again, as we'll take a look and see what happens here. Let's see if we can get another angle here on this one truck, as looks like Jesse Calloway maybe getting a little piece of him here, as Hester trying to figure out a way to get around here. Maybe a little bit of contact, getting tight there with Derek Rowney. Puckett gets a little loose. Much back of the racetrack, comes over the nose here of Jesse Calloway. Fortunately parked right there is that Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot Cheetos #1 ride, going for a bit of a spill there, and the caution flag is going to fly. An unfortunate break there for that one ride of Austin Hester. Let's see if we can get another look at it here and see that one all over again here for Austin Hester, as a tough break there for that one machine. Having a good run up about 20 positions just on the outside of a top 10, and fortunately a few drivers nowhere to go. Looks like Brett Sommer's going to get a big piece of them. The 5 ride of Steven Naylor hard up into the outside fence as well, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing, as Kevin Winker out in front, and this is where the fuel mileage might start to come into effect. Let's go, #1. Keep it smooth. Keep it fun. The timing is impeccable. Now you know how I feel, Madison. Now you know how I feel. Okay, it's almost like an announcer's curse. You jump up into the chat. You say, you know, keep it up, have a good run, or anything else for one of these drivers, your favorite driver. And that's usually when something bad happens to them. An unfortunate break right there is Madison coming in. She drinks that one ride of Austin Hester. He must have saw it in the comment section or something and was too distracted by it or something. Madison jumping in here, cheering him on, and unfortunately for the one ride, going for a spill there down the backstretch. Going to find himself deep in this field, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here, as I do believe we are going to work ourselves into a little bit of overtime here. So maybe a little bit more than 60 laps of racing action, and that may be more than what these drivers were anticipating. See them down on the very bottom on the apron of the racetrack. So this is an old school racing kind of move right here. So using the apron, trying to keep their trucks level on the racetrack. What it's doing is it's keeping the fuel from sloshing around or being tilted too far one way on these trucks. So they're trying to keep that fuel as balanced and as level as possible. So when they hit the restart zone, there's no air bubbles or anything else inside the truck. So it's a little bit of an old school move, trying to keep that fuel line fresh, not having any air or any hiccups on the restarts here, so that way they can get up through the gears without having any hesitations or anything else. So a lot of these drivers down there on the apron just trying to run that route and trying to keep their truck as level as possible, trying to keep all that air and all that gas from swashing around and everything else. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a little bit. Let's see if we can find, there's a little song or something to play here. Let me see if we can find something.
Holding on.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here you go as we're going to get ready to set them back loose. Overtime here, presented by Muhlenberger Custom Homes here for the season opener of the HCK Beagles as we are back to green flag racing out in front. Kevin Winker looking to try to run away with this one as they get a little bit more single file up there on the front of the field is Michael Madden right there on his back bumper. We'll have to wait and see if Madden's going to make a move here, trying to figure out a way to get around this 42 right as Nathan Nixon and Joshua Moore right there looking for more. Here comes Cody Staten up inside the top 5 as he looks to the outside of the 54 truck of David Traylor. His Traylor up 23 positions. Jake Bunjo right there as well looking for a big move here on that high side. Here comes the 16 and Nick Gardner as Gardner working himself back up towards the top 5 here as well. And the caution flag is going to fly here once again. The big one down here, some heavy hits back here throughout the field. The 12 ride of Austin Hester collected in there. There's the 57 ride collected. A ton of damage here. A bunch of trucks tore up before we could get back to the white flag as the caution flag going to come back out here in this one. So cautions breeding cautions late in this race, and another one gonna fly here in this one as we'll take a look back and see what happened, what brings out the caution flag. They're still wrecking back here. What's going on here? They're still wrecking back here. I don't know what's going on, but these guys are having maybe a little bit too much fun out there, but a lot of tore up race trucks. We'll see what happened as, oh my gosh, there's so much that's happened here just under that single caution flag. It's hard for me to pinpoint the one spot here. There we go. We'll try to find a little 3 wide right here in front of Austin Hester as we'll jump right on board here. Awesome contact right there. 3 wide in front of them, and that's what creates the big one. 26 in the 8 ride of Rowdy Puckett. Unfortunately, coming together here, maybe a little help there from Eric Stoy as they head down into corner number 3. Yeah, it looks like contact from Stoy into the back bumper of the 8 ride, shoves them up into the 26. They both wash down the racetrack. Nowhere to go here for the 3 ride. He's right there. The 57, nowhere to go. The 12 ride of Austin Hester, all right there as the big one happens here in this one. And some heavy hits here for a lot of race trucks. As everyone piling into it. And unfortunately for Austin Hester, a ton of damage. He's going to get hit up into the wall a couple of times here. Body parts, body panels flying all over the place there on that truck as things absolutely tore up there for that 12 ride. So some more trucks trying to work themselves through that here. Eric Stoy collected, and that's a pretty heavy damage. So contact afterwards here as well, as I'm not sure what happened there with the extra contact afterwards, as it looks like a couple trucks still spinning around here. Looks like Jonathan Herbert, the 18 ride of Roland in there as well, in the 26 truck trying to work himself through it all here. It's like he's going to slide up there. The yellow truck on the high side. Looks like he's trying to avoid the 7. Brett Sommers, unfortunately, hits the 87 ride again. Hits the 45 ride as well as the Asphalt Outlaws ride. Gets airborne and parked right on top of the 26 right there for a second. As some more aftermath after the initial contact way back in quarter number 3. They kept on wrecking all the way down into the front straightaway as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. And this is where it's going to get very, very tight for these drivers on their pit strategy. Do they have enough fuel to make it all the way to the very end? Or are some of these drivers up towards the front of the field going to have to come down pit side and get a splash and go here before the end of this one, as all these overtimes unfortunately eating up more and more fuel here for all these trucks, and they're slowly but surely running out of fuel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as we're slowly but surely building up to 500 subscribers over there on YouTube. We're about 60 subscribers away from hitting that 500 subscriber goal marker over there on YouTube. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the stream as well. Drop a couple comments, as that'll help push the stream out to more and more and more people. As, man, some crazy action here all evening long, and it's coming to a close. It's sad to say that it's slowly but surely coming to an end here. Sure, Kevin Winker would love to try to get this one done and over with here in a quick hurry, as the lights are back out on the official iRacing pace car. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. We look through the field, see some of these big movers. Michael Madden there in second, up 13 spots on the racetrack. A little bit farther back, up 10 positions. In position number 6, it's the Philadelphia Flyers. Gritty, number 86 of Jake Bunjo, up 10 spots. Brandon Domingue up 19 positions now on the evening in the 77 ride as the Ghost Energy, number 77, up into position number 8. So a good rebound here for that 77 ride, up inside the top 10 here, up 19 positions. Ryan Peterson right there in position number 9. He's up 7 spots on the racetrack. Daniel Doe up 10 spots there to his outside. Derek Rowdy Puckett rebounding here in the 8 ride with a bit of damage still on that 8 machine. They're up 13 positions. And Kyle Harbin in the 34 ride, he's up 19 spots as well. They're in 13th. Dennis Steele in the 28, up 8 positions. Austin Hester in the 1 ride, still in the 16th position, up 19 spots on the racetrack. Unfortunately, the 54 ride of David Traylor had to come down pit side there. He's back in the 19th position, up 10 spots, but he was just up inside the top 10. So we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Do we see another caution flag? Or do we see this white flag being displayed and then the checkered flag to follow? What comes first here is the big question. Was that the final wreck of the evening, or are these drivers not done yet, as carnage can still be consumed by a lot of these rides, as we still see a lot of trucks out there on the racetrack running and gunning, trying to pick up the checkered flag here this evening. Kevin Wenker trying to hold them all off as he hits the Geico restart zone. We're going to go back to green flag racing here at Daytona International Speedway. Kevin Wenker with a great restart quickly, clearing that inside lane. The 38 truck of Nathan Nixon going to jump right up to that high side lane as they go a little single file here towards the front of the field. Things broken up here. This may be exactly what Kevin Wenker wanted to see, and here comes a couple of his teammates. Cody Staten there in position number 4. There's the 51 of Joshua Moore there as well. There's Jake Bunjo there in 6. Here comes Nick Gardner trying to work himself up towards the top 5. The 77 ride looking to improve his plus 19 here, trying to pick up a few more spots, as unfortunately looks like they may hang out this 51 ride. The dry here is Jake Bunjo and the 16 of Nick Gardner down to the bottom side. They may leave that 51 up on the high side all by himself. Here you go, the 16 ride going to jump up in front of him, looking for a helping hand here now from the 51 ride. It's unfortunately Joshua Moore sliding back as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around for these drivers. Kevin Wenker out in front. Michael Madden right there on his back bumper. The 38 ride of Nathan Nixon there in 3rd. Here comes the 15 of Cody Staten. Staten trying to block a big run as they're wrecking back there behind him. Rowdy Puckett going around there. A big hit there for the 8 ride. This race, no caution flag. The white flag has been displayed. They're going to run it all the way back down to the start-finish line. Here comes Joshua Moore as well. Moore right there. He's looking to try to make it 3 wide maybe, as here comes the 2 machine right down the middle. Daniel Doe trying to work himself through the field. Kevin Wenker trying to hang on to it. Here comes the 29 of Michael Madden down on the bottom side. 3 wide, some contact down across the start-finish line. They're racking across the line here, but the 29 right of Michael Madden's going to pick up the checkered flag. The 42 of Kevin Wenker up on the wall, skidding across the front straightaway. They're in 2nd, and Cody Staten coming home in position number 3, going for a wild ride there after the checkered flag as well. But it's all Michael Madden as he's able to pick up the checkered flag here in this one. We're going to bring it back down and across the start-finish line here and take another look at this finish, as things were getting very, very spicy. Fortunately, the 16 rider Nick Gardner going around there over the nose of the 86 of Jake Bunjo. You see that Ridge Power Sports 469 rider Ryan Peterson trying to work himself up inside the top 10, but right there down across the start-finish line. That's the way they finish. Out in front, the 29 rider Michael Madden picking up the checkered flag. Cody Staten right there in 3rd, but the 42 rider Kevin Wenker trying to hold on, trying to pick up the checkered flag, coming home here in position number 2, as we'll play it back here just a little bit, see if we can get this stopped right at the line. Right there is the difference. The 38 truck having a good run up inside the top 5. Daniel Doe out of nowhere up 15 positions to come home in position number 4 and looking for more. Austin Hester right there as well, up 29 spots on the evening. 29 positions there for Austin Hester to finish in 6th position. Joshua Moore back there in 7th. Austin Craig up 23 spots in position number 8 in that 26 ride. And then you see the 77 of Brandon Domingue there in position number 9. And Ryan Peterson in the 469 rounding out our top 10. Kyle Harbin in the 34 ride there in 11th. The 80, actually it's the 28 ride, going to come home in position number 12. Jake Bunjo there in 13th. Carl Staten there in 14th, up 24 positions, and Nathaniel Oshrisky there in position number 15. But it's all this 29 ride as he picks up the checkered flag. He's going to burn it down here at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for the 29 of Michael Madden, as Madden picking up the checkered flag here at Daytona International Speedway. Michael Madden getting it done, parking this ride up here in Victory Lane over Kevin Winker and Cody Staten down across the start-finish line. A wild race here, a wild way to get things started here on the series for the HCK Beagles, presented by Muehlberger Custom Homes. Good enough for a 6, says Austin Hester. Good enough for 6. That was definitely good for 6. Not without penalties coming, though. Oh, gosh, the penalties. They may hurt you there in that one, unfortunately, Austin. I don't know how the penalties get handed out, so it'd be interesting to see what some of the penalties may be out there on the racetrack, because we're going to get ready to jump up into the broadcast booth here with our top 3 finishers. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you hit that like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow or subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to pull in our top 3 finishers here on the evening as the 29 ride picking up the checkered flag. Give a round of applause, some congratulations, and some checkered flags up in the chat here for this number 29 of Michael Madden. Is Madden getting it done and picking up the checkered flag in the season opener? What a run, what a race, making the right move at the right time to get down to the inside of Kevin Winker, receiving some pushes there at the right time and working himself to the front of the field. Man, what a run, what a race right there, as we'll get ready to pull in our race winner into the broadcast booth here in this one. There we go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Michael Madden as he picks up the checkered flag. We're going to pull him up for his post-race interview. Hey, Michael, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
How's it going?
Not too bad, Michael. Man, oh man, oh man. What a run, what a race. Coming right down to the very end of this one. We saw a few caution flags late in this race, which gave you a lot of opportunities to, stay right there on the back bumper of Kevin Winker, pushing him around the racetrack. We knew you were going to wait to try to make your move here. You make it late down here in corner number 3 and 4. You jump down to the inside. A lot of drivers trying to work themselves up in a quick hurry to catch you guys at the front of the field, as the restart kind of got broken up. The top 5 kind of broke away there, and the rest of the field caught you guys at a quick hurry, but you were able to receive some good pushes at the right time and beat them down across the start-finish line here by less than a truck across the start-finish line here in this one, man. Take us back through that race and how it came across there as you were finishing this race. Did you think you had it, or did you know that Kevin Winker was right there on your outside, almost beating you down across the start-finish line?
Well, like I told him I was pretty content with just riding and pushing him. He pushed me last night to a victory, so kind of owed him a favor. I told him I'd stick with him till 3 and 4, and we got a hell of a jump, which I wasn't expecting. I definitely thought they would have more of a push on the inside line during the build-up lap with 2 to go. But what really kind of panned out to just being kind of a teammate race. And then we waited 3 and 4, like I said, and the bottom was wide open. Those guys started to catch, and I kind of just got lucky, rode the draft. And, yeah, I was looking on the outside. I saw he was there. I thought it was anybody's race off of 4. The high line was working very well all night, so I definitely thought he was going to get a run from the top. I don't think he had much help, and then you know how it is coming to the stripe at Daytona. Everybody's trying to stick their nose where they can to try to get the best position. So it was a great win. I wasn't expecting it, and you never know coming into these races.
Absolutely, definitely wild card in any race here. Any car at Daytona International Speedway is the big one. Can take you out of contention in a quick hurry. Things seem to be pretty steady up there towards the top 10 of this race. It seemed like you guys, for the most part, just kind of were a little bit more conservative, kind of ran around. Didn't really see a lot of moving there, a lot of moving parts. Drivers coming from the high side to the bottom side, split in traffic or anything else, and not a lot of 3 wide until right there at the very end going across the start-finish line. So, you know, going through this race, knowing that things were a little bit more calm, a little bit more conservative, you know, you knew that it was going to be pretty crazy down here towards the end of this race if we saw some of these caution flags like we did.
Yeah, you had to be patient. I just bit my time. I was in 17th for that first little stint there, and then I knew I had to get to the front because going to the back would have been a disaster. So made my way to the front, found my teammates, and kind of just rode until the opportunity kind of opened up there at the end.
Michael, we know that fuel might have been an issue here as well. We saw you guys come down and get a caution flag about lap 15-ish or so to get a quick pit stop in. Did you guys get it topped up, and was fuel being you know, an issue there towards the end? Were you guys getting close with the overtimes, or were you guys still pretty, you know, sitting pretty there on the racetrack?
Lucky for me, I was in a Toyota. I had 100% fuel, so fuel was not an issue for me. Everybody else was getting close. My Ford Yoda there, I had the wrong paint. I had to throw it on the Toyota because Toyota was 100% fuel. So I was in the catbird seat, and if another caution came out, I was really good on fuel. So I didn't really have anything to worry about this race.
Absolutely. All you had to worry about was the rest of the competitors out there on the racetrack, but none of them could beat you here this evening as you parked that 29 ride down here in Victory Lane. Michael, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here in the season opener of the HCK Beagles, brought to you by Muehlberger Custom Homes?
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the league for me. I want to thank you guys for putting the show on. Sparkle and Shine, anything EC, Kozer and all those guys sponsor me in every league. The MF15 crew, my grandma watching tonight, my wife, my family, mom, dad. Appreciate you, Joanna, Justin. Thanks for watching every week, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely, Michael. We look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack for the next one. No super speedway, going to a more of an intermediate racetrack where things can be equally as crazy, but you know, maybe not as crazy or as much of a wild card as Daytona International Speedways. You're able to, you know, tame this track, tame these drivers, keep them at bay, pick up the checkered flag here in this one. We look forward to seeing you back up here in the broadcast booth throughout this season, maybe a couple more times up here for a trip into Victory Lane.
Hope so. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
You too.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner, Michael Madden. Is Madden picking up the checkered flag? What a run and what a race there for that 29 machine as he's able to get it done and park the 29 right here into the Daytona International Victory Lane as we're going to get ready to pull in our second place finisher, the truck that I do believe led the most laps here throughout the evening. He was very, very strong all day long up towards the front of the field here. Unfortunately, came up half a truck short of the checkered flag. It's Kevin Winker as the Winker Nation cheered him on here all evening long. We're going to pull Kevin up for his post-race interview. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up here for our second place finisher. K-Dub is Kevin Winker coming home here in position number 2. Let's bring him up. Hey, Kevin, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy. Kevin, my boy, a good run and a strong performance here all evening long. He lead so many laps as Winker Nation cheering you on lap after lap after lap, and it comes all the way down here to the final couple corners of this race. Michael Madden on your back bumper there for quite a while here late in this one. Finally decides to leave it, jumps down to the bottom side, and unfortunately beats you back across the start-finish line there by half a truck length. Man, what was going through your mind there in those closing laps with the overtimes?
I knew he was going to do a move because he told me in chat that he was going to leave me out to dry on 3 and 4, which, I mean, that's, you know, we're all going for the win, so I didn't blame him. But I thought I was going to fall back way further because once he left me, I didn't see anybody in my mirror. I said, well, I'm going to the back. And then my other teammate, Nixon, he picked me up there and pushed me back. I thought I had something there, but just wasn't quite enough. But overall, I mean, we were at the front all night, leading a bunch of laps, P2. I mean, you can't get much worse than that, really, for the season opener here.
Absolutely a great way to start the season, and obviously anytime you can even finish a race when you head to Daytona International Speedway is a good night, as anything can happen out there. We saw a few big wrecks late in this race, caution flags coming out, and overtime being an issue here. How close were you there on fuel coming down to the end of this one, as I know some drivers might have been getting pretty close there on fuel consumption?
If we would have had one more GWC, I would have been out. So that's how close it was. With the session was messed up with the fuel percentage, so the Toyotas had 100% and Ford and Chevys had 75. So I was definitely sweating bullets. If we had one more GWC, I definitely wouldn't have made it. So thankful that was the last one there.
Absolutely. Thankfully, that was the last one, and you were able to survive and keep that truck up towards the front of the field. Unfortunately, you weren't able to hang on that final lap to pick up the checkered flag, but a solid second-place performance here to start off the season here for the HCK Beagles series presented by Muhlenberger Custom Homes. Who would you like to thank here for such a great run and strong performance tonight in this 1K dub?
First, I always want to give a shout out to Bruce Muhlenberger Custom Homes, come board sponsor in all my leagues. I know he's a big supporter of HCK and all my other leagues. So a big shout out to him. I always watch tonight. Second, Linker Nation. My girlfriend Shauna, Brett, Nicole, Justin, Brandon, Dylan, every night. Them guys come out and support me. So can't thank them enough. My new team that I got this year, Rev Racing, my boys over there, got a new team. So Michael Madden, Nathan Nixon, Daniel Dell. I think we're going to be strong contenders every week. So big shout out to them, great teamwork. Nate Cogdale at Sonic Graphic Design for the killer paint. Greg for putting this on, all the league admins, and then you for broadcasting. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, Kevin. A good run and a strong performance here in this one as you're able to get that 42 truck down across the start-finish line. Only half a truck length shy of a checkered flag, but a good start to the season. We look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack next Tuesday. Hopefully right back up here in the broadcast booth and maybe right back up here in Victory Lane.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we're going to Rockingham. It's kind of one of my favorite tracks. Hopefully we'll be hoping we put in Victory Lane next week. We'll try.
Absolutely, we'll have to keep that in the memory bank. K-Dub gonna be a threat at Rockingham next Tuesday. Kevin, congrats on the second place run and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. K-Dub, Kevin Winker Nation coming home here in position number 2. A great run and a strong performance there out of that 42 ride as he comes home in that second spot as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher here in just a little bit as Cheryl Calloway coming in with that like on the stream of my boy Kevin Odelski. O'Dally coming in showing the love with the like on the stream as well. What's good, Kev? How are you, brother? How are you, Kev? What you doing, my boy? How are you? How you doing? How's your day going? As Linda coming in as well says punch Joshua, cheering on Joshua Moore out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, Moore's falling back there late in this race, but still a good run there for that 51 ride. I didn't know that some of those Muhlenberger rides, they all still look the exact same. And he's on a different team, the Rev Motorsports team there for Kevin Winker. So Cody Staten and Joshua Moore, even though they seem to run like teammates out there on the racetrack and helping each other out here throughout the evening, they're not on the same team anymore. As we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the 15 ride of Cody Staten. As Staten coming home here in position number 3, we'll pull him up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. Hey Cody, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, Cody, my boy. What a run, what a race, man. Take us back through this one. A bit of an up-and-down day there for you, but you hang around the top 10 here all evening long, and then late in this race, a couple caution flags open up the door there for you with some good restarts to move yourself up through the field. You're trying to get some big runs there late in this race, and you're able to get right to the back bumper of the 29 ride of Michael Madden and push him across the start-finish line, but unfortunately, you come up here about half a truck, not even shy of picking up that second spot, and a truck length shy of picking up the victory here in this one, but a solid third-place run to start off the season.
Yeah, it was good. Josh and I were doing well together and just had a bad restart, didn't have a lot of help behind, and Kevin and those guys and Michael got up in front of us, and we just working with what we got, and then caution came out, and Josh got slammed into the back of, and fighting my way through those 3 guys at the end with no help wasn't very easy, but we managed to squeeze our way up by one of them and at least get up here on the podium so we get to talk to you.
Absolutely, still a great drive as you're able to work yourself through traffic there late in this one and find a hole there to work yourself into position number 2 as you guys were 3-1 down across the start finish line. A very, very close call there, but you're able to park it here on the podium, man. Take us back through this race. And, what was going through your mind with some of these late race caution flags, knowing that the intensity is going to pick up more and more and more, and the likelihood of a big one possibly starting up towards the front of the field could be more and more of a possibility?
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating just because I felt like most of the race went pretty well, and everybody was very surprising with how we all raced together for the first time, so that was good. And then at the end, it just kind of turned into a little bit of chaos with everybody trying to get everything out of it that they possibly can. But we managed to do what we got to do and get where we need to be. So.
Absolutely, as you park it up, you're in position number 3 here to start the season. A good way to get things underway here for you in the HCK Beagles Truck Series presented by Mühlberger Custom Homes. Cody, who would you like to thank here for such a great run and strong performance here this afternoon at Daytona International?
Big shout out to Mr. Bruce Mühlberger himself and Mühlberger Custom Homes. He's always been a awesome guy to hang out with. He jumps in our chats during the races just to listen and watch along, and he's our sponsor and takes care of us. So we appreciate him and everything he's doing for this league.
Beauty. Well, Cody, a great run and a strong performance here in this one for you. Hopefully we'll see you back out on the racetrack next Tuesday, maybe right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better in victory lane yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm going to do everything I can.
Beauty. Cody, enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on a solid third-place run.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our third-place finisher. It's Cody Staten coming home here in position number 3. What a run and what a drive there for him. Man, what a finish there in this one. As we're actually going to get ready, we're going to pull in the man with the plan, the man that make this all happen, Gregory Turner here. We're going to pull Gregory up into the broadcast booth here for a quick little couple words. As you may want to shout out some of the sponsors here jumping on board with us for the season. Let's get Gregory up in here. Hey, Gregory, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you. What's up?
Not much, Gregory, my boy. A good first night. A little bit of craziness there at the end of this one, man. How what's going through your mind right now is another series underway here, and some more hard work for you guys going through all the accidents, through all the carnage that unfolded, and handed out penalties and having to deal with all the drivers and everything else, man. What's going through your mind here after the first night, knowing that you got 19 more races of this to come and a lot of great racing action like we saw here tonight to be had?
I mean, man, honestly, just from my perspective, I was able to catch the stream. I wasn't able to be at home tonight to watch all of it or to get in the actual session. But, I mean, I don't have many complaints for our first race of the season with all new guys coming together. And, the first race is always a crapshoot. You're at a super speedway. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. But, I mean, with as little incidents as we had until right there at the end, I can't complain. I think it's going to be a fantastic season.
Absolutely, definitely going to be a wild season here, and a great way to get things started here as a crazy, crazy finish here in this one. Gregory, I'm sure you want to shout out some of these amazing sponsors that have came on board here with this series. I always try to shout them out throughout the stream, but I'm sure you may want to add a little bit to each and every one of these sponsors and everything that they do for us.
Oh, yeah, man. I want to appreciate or give thanks to Mühlberger Custom Homes, Bruce Mühlberger up there in Michigan. He come on board with us. He's done a lot for us, stuck with us through every season, every league that we've done. So we appreciate him. We appreciate Admin Box for all the controls that they allow our admin and race controllers to use during the race. And if y'all don't have one, you certainly need to check them out. Chief on RC Raceway, Ridge Power Sports, all of these fantastic people that's come on board. I know I'm missing one or two, but I mean, they're just all fantastic. We couldn't keep doing this without them.
Absolutely. The sponsors are what come in and make this all happen, and all these drivers coming in and putting on shows for us week after week after week, man. I'm glad to be back on board here with you, Gregory, for the HCK Beagles Truck Series powered by Mühlberger Custom Homes, man. I look forward to a lot more wicked racing action, and hopefully a lot more conversations with some amazing drivers throughout this series, seeing more than just the super speedways, obviously seeing some short track racing and some intermediate race tracks into the mix as well. I'm sure that's going to mix things up, and we're going to see a lot of different drivers be able to shine in different scenarios out there with different racetracks.
Oh, yeah, man. We appreciate you coming on board doing this for us. The stream was fantastic as always. One of the best ones on iRacing for sure.
I appreciate that, brother Gregory. Congrats on a good start to a new season, and we look forward to seeing you guys back in action here next Tuesday.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our man with the plan, the master man. That is Gregory Turner coming up in here, giving us some shout outs here to all of our amazing sponsors here for the HCK Beagles Truck Series here, powered by Mühlberger Custom Homes, and a huge shout out to each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Everyone coming in with the likes, the shares, the comments, any of the new followers or subscribers over on YouTube. I appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in and showing the love here throughout this one. What is that? RKGs. Gouldy coming in, dropping that follow over on Twitch as well, coming in showing the love here in this one, dropping that follow over on the purple side, as well as Riggs, I don't know how you would pronounce that. RKGs, Gouldy coming in, showing the love, dropping that follow over there on Twitch as well, coming in, showing the love. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming in and showing the love and appreciation here for the HCK Beagles League and all the drivers and me up here in the broadcast booth. I appreciate y'all. We will be back live tomorrow evening as we head back to the dirt track. We're going to have the, the Dirt Warrior Racing League coming back together here for the Wednesday night street fights tomorrow night. A massive field. 30, probably 40 plus drivers. I think we usually see around 50, but probably 40, 50 drivers tomorrow evening in the server. I'm not sure where we're racing, but it's going to be on dirt street stock action, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We look forward to seeing you guys back in here for that one tomorrow evening. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a run, what a race, baby. That was a ton of fun.
I used to be the lost boy running insane. I used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it, so hard to get it. I used to be the one living in the fast lane. I used to be the one who only cried in the rain. I used to work so hard to get it, and so hard to get it. And so hard to get it. I used to be the lost boy running insane. I used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it, so hard to get it. I used to be the one living in the fast lane. I used to be the one who only cried in the rain. I used to work so hard to get it, and so hard to get it. The lost boy running insane. Used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it. I used to be the one living in the fast lane. Used to be the one who only cried in the rain. I used to work so hard to get it. It's so hard to get it. So hard to get it. I used to be the lost boy running insane. I used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard